This is RJ Jen, and welcome to hashtag the Blue Mic English Edition, your independent favorites. Well, today we have with us Chirag Todi, who is a guitarist and also a composer, along with his band Heat Sync. So, hi guys, welcome to our show. So, first of all, kindly introduce yourself.
Hi everyone. So we have Chirag on vocals and violin, Meeta Desai on vocals, and I'm Chirag Todi on guitar. So yeah, and today we couldn't have an entire band with us, but we're just three of us going to play an acoustic set. Yeah.
So, all right, Chirag, we'll start with you first. Tell us more about yourself and your music.
So as you said, I'm a songwriter and guitarist, and I've been making a lot of different styles of music, ranging from pop to jazz to rock, and so I've been collaborating with a lot of artists online, and releasing singles with different artists, and also with a band Heat Sync, we're working on our next EP, and which also consists different styles. So that's what we were doing.
Well, your bio says that your compositions have won major awards like Nexa Music Award, Clef Music Awards. Well, this is a big achievement for you, right? So congratulations on that.
Thank
So tell us more about it.
Yeah, it felt so it was completely unexpected. The first award that we got was the Nexa Music Award, and we were really blown away because this meant a lot to us, because we had entered our song randomly in one competition, and and we weren't expecting to win because there were I think around 2,000 submissions that year. And then we get a call saying that we're selected in the top 60 and then the top 24, and so we were just going with the flow, and we got these amazing opportunities to work with maestros like A.R. Rahman, and also got featured on the cover of Rolling Stone. So the entire process was amazing, and then finally we also won, got selected as one of the top 4 artists of season 1. So and that was for a song called Volition. That was one of our first songs that we ever recorded, and also the next one was Clef Award for a song called Judgment.
All right. So on that note, Chirag, how about we go into a performance?
So we're gonna start off with a song called Desire. It's the first song that I released as a solo artist during the lockdown of 2020, and it's in collaboration with Pushkar Srivatsal and Tanya Nambiar. So yeah, I hope you all like it.
Passes by like the breeze, like sand through your hands or a storm through the trees. Yeah, no one can be so strong to defy the soul, not follow after the dream. You can run all you want, but
there's a couple in it.
You can be who you want, but
Can't say no,
there's a freedom in being caught when it holds you by the collar, holds you by the collar. Ooh, desire, desire. Ooh, burning like fire. Ooh, desire, desire. Ooh, I'm on my knees. The beat, alright.
Fast cars, fast life, everything.
Hustle through town all night and day.
We be moving up and down, cruising all around.
We got it going on.
Life seems good, you know it should. We learn to stand our ground.
You can run all you want, but
there's a cover in it.
You can be who you want, but
Can't be no, you're
there's a freedom him being caught when he knows you by the collar, holds you by the collar. Desire, ooh, burn like fire, ooh, desire, ooh, I'm on my knees.
Wow, beautiful song out there, guys. Thank you so much for that performance. And my goodness me, harmony was like on point. So that's really beautiful. So, all right, coming to the Heat Sing now. All right. So, reading your bio, it says that you are arguably the most diverse and active indie in Gujarat. Why is that?
So we started a band back in 2018, and I think we've been like consistently writing original music and releasing them and touring, So we've like played in multiple cities. We've covered cities like Bombay, Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Delhi, and so just the process of constantly putting out new material and performing and releasing songs, So like I think just that consistency is what we've been keeping up with.
And Gujarat as a state is not really known particularly for its music scene or as like an indie music hub. So I think being first a band from Gujarat and then an English indie band from Gujarat. So I think considering all that, we've been doing quite a lot of work across the years. So I think, that's probably what we meant when we say that we are one of the most active bands from Gujarat, because there's not a lot of acts from Gujarat, especially in the English indie scene, who've been like touring across the country and putting out music consistently throughout various channels. So that's what we meant, I guess.
And I think all of us come from like diverse musical backgrounds too in general, so that kind of helps put our sound together in the way that it is.
That's true. So you also, the band Heat Sing, have won state and national competitions. So can you share your experience with us?
So it's the similar competitions that we were talking about for called the Nexa Music and Clef Music Awards, and also like I think the first competition we ever won was the one in Baroda. It was like a band competition called the Battle of the Bands, and we just participated in it because it was like just right next to us in Baroda, and that was the first competition we took part in, and we won that and won a cash prize of 1 lakh rupees. So that was the first experience. So that's what I meant by state competition. And and then followed by Nexa Music, Clef Music Awards, and a couple of more nominations, I guess.
All right, so time for us to go into another performance by you guys. So go ahead, you know what to do.
So the next song is called Time Lapse. It's the first song from our debut EP called Euphony, and so let's
Lost in my self-consciousness for a while, for a sec, don't know how long. But I swear, every time a bit slips over in this complex sphere, I feel real closer to my goals. For a while, for a sec, don't know how long. just a click away.
Just a click
From
away.
upgrading to paradise. Each update to stay.
Each update to stay perfectly in free time.
Oh my God, I awaken to all this time I surrender to.
Memories make their way into my visual framework. My imagination out of all containers. Memories make their way into my visual framework. My imagination out of all containers.
Spilling over tables, spilling over tables, spilling over tables, spilling over tables.
Oh, beautiful. I really love that part where, like, there's a calling and response. Takes me back to the 60s and the 70s. Beautiful.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, thank
so
you.
much.
So, coming back to Chirag. Well, Chirag, you've been featured on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine India and also on the Spotify Radar India playlist. And of course, your song Desire that you've performed earlier won the best single. Well, I think this is your dream must have come true, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like a lot of these songs that I released, during the pandemic, got selected in all these top places. Like Desire won the best single of by Rolling Stone in 2020, and also like recently I just released a song called Love Nobody. That's my latest release, and currently it's airing on VH1 Top 10. So so it's getting me a lot of reach. Like a lot of people who use these platforms have been reaching out to me, and it's doing really well. So like I'm really happy about that.
Before we go into another section of hashtag the Blue Mic English edition, so guys, please go ahead, perform another song.
The next song is another song that I released during the pandemic, and it's all part of my EP called Panodrama, and this one is in collaboration with Johan Marshall from Bombay, and it was again produced at Compass Box Studio by Dark City. So it's called Be Easy.
You're just trouble wrapped in a smile, and you're just waking my mind. Now you wonder what's yours, what's mine, hoping that you will find. Be easy, won't let you just crash before the flight. Keep spinning until you trust what's beyond the line. You're just buried in self-doubt. You're always changing your mind. Rain and thunder make you wonder, leaving all this behind. Be easy, won't let you just crash before the flight. Keep spinning until you trust what's beyond the line.
Woo, another beautiful performance from you guys. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much for having us.
So, all right, we're moving into another section. And in this section, we always bring an artist, to join us to have a conversation with you.
Yes,
How you doing?
Yo, I'm a big fan of Moonbrain, man. I love that
man.
song.
That means the world to me. Thank you. I'm a huge fan of all you guys and all your performances. And just I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you. Same.
Thank you. Same.
I had a bunch of questions that I just wanted to like shoot your way, and like because you guys are such like prolific performers and composers, I also want to know like what's your songwriting process like? What do you guys go about? Because like does it like the vocal melody come first? Is there a guitar riff going? Is there how does it begin for you guys?
Yeah, I think it varies for every song, Sometimes it's the lyrics first, or the vocal melody, or the guitar part. So I think, yeah, it really depends on the song, whatever the source of the idea is, it starts off there. But I think like at least, since I'm a guitarist, a lot of the songs start off with a guitar riff or a chord progression. And then I convert that into like a vocal melody. So at least from personally, that's how it is from a lot of my songs. But again, it varies. There's no problem.
And sometimes it gives interesting results because he thinks like a guitarist. So even the melodies that he makes are often like very guitar-oriented melodies, which a vocalist won't usually come up with organically. So when you then transcribe those to vocals, they turn out often like quite unusual and interesting and often quite challenging vocal melodies. So I think that it's definitely an interesting approach to come up with little fresh melodies and different unique sound.
Wow, that's a very, very, very cool way of approaching songwriting. It's so interesting to me that like I always kind of dabble between performance, because like it's sort of like two different worlds for me, that like being performing at a show, or like sort of like being in a studio space and creating. Like what would be your sort of like, if you were to choose like a gun to your head sort of situation and like only do one out of the two, like be a studio musician like creating for the rest of your life, or just performing and not releasing music, what would be like your individual or collective answers for that?
I mean, personally, I would prefer working in the studio and just making new music, because I just enjoy doing that. I mean, I enjoy performing equally, but I don't think I can like live without making new music and just performing. So I'll choose that.
No, not making new music, but like.
That's what he said.
That's
making new
the
music?
trick.
Never
That's a great question.
Just performing.
Oh no! I thought like being in the studio or performing.
No, you can't release music. Sorry.
It's a trick question.
Oh no.
Well, Meera.
I guess I hate it, but I guess I hate like having to choose, but I guess I'd have to go with performing, because like for me, being in the studio, sometimes like you forget like what the real world is out there. So then you kind of every time we perform, it's like a little bit of like this life energy coming back into me. So then, because in the studio you're like in this box, you're in this box, and it's like lovely being in that like cerebral space creating new music. But I don't think I could live without the performing for it either.
Yeah, for me, I think also it's got to be performance, especially after the 2 years of the pandemic when we just did not get to perform. I realized exactly how much I missed that feeling of being on stage and being in front of a crowd and having that interaction. So yeah, performing for me.
Yeah.
That's very cool, because like you guys have different sort of like approaches to it. And
what about you, Shikhar, if we can turn the question back on to you?
Oh man, I think I would go crazy if I'm not always creating something. It's a problem. Like if I'm not building at all times, like if I don't have like the next thing going in my head, even if I'm like sort of like releasing something today, I'm already thinking about like, oh shit, what am I building tomorrow? Like what's next in the cards? So I think I would like to be a sort of creator and sort of like someone who makes records or sort of like makes music in general. So I think that would be it.
Okay.
I kind of just bear the other bit, like, oh shit, I have to perform. So I think that would be my answer. But yeah, that's very, very interesting to hear what you guys think of it, because
So all right, Shikhar, let's go into your performance.
Let's go. Let's go. That sounds awesome. Cool. I recently started releasing music. I've been writing for a while, but I'm sure it's like sort of everyone can sort of know this feeling that you're always wondering when you're gonna release your thing, and then you never release it. But yeah, I finally released music, and it's my first song that ever came out. It's called Moonbrain. Stop here for just a second. I can see that your bones barely fit your skin. Now bones will take just a minute before you know your belly can't rock. And on the windy end of the shore, where I always found you, always staring at the sun. And I know you wonder the ships you sail could ever fit someone your shade. Moon brain, won't you tell me if it's a losing game? Alright, brain, moon brain, and I know this, that it's hard to be sane. Alright. Stop here for just a minute. Now I can see that you never even knew. You can still fit your fangs, look inside when there's still time. You can still feel home. And on the windy end of the shore, where I always found you, I'm stuck waiting by the sea, hoping one day I'd look up to the other side, find you looking back and
Oh my god, that's so good!
Guys, come on, thank you. That makes my day.
Oh man, seriously.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
that's
I've heard the
beautiful.
song before. I love the recorded version. I was singing along.
You were singing
with
along,
it.
yeah, exactly.
I have it memorized and stuff. And even to Aman, I mentioned, like, even the record, like, speaking as an audio nerd, it's just such a good production and mix and everything. I mean, Aman is a genius there, so no qualms there. But
greatest.
even from like a songwriting perspective,
I
man,
know, it's
good.
so nice, just like this, like, oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you so much, Shikhar. Indeed, it's a beautiful song that you performed. Like, you know, I was smiling the whole time. It's really beautiful.
Thank you so much. This means the world. Thank you for having me on this Blue Mic interview. This is very cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shikhar, and we wish you the very best.
Lovely meeting you guys. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
So, all right, guys. So we've been chit-chatting about your life, your music, your awards, everything. So now, before we wrap up our conversation, my next question for you guys is, what are your future projects?
So currently I'm working on my next album, and I have like 5 songs in the pipeline, with different collaborators across India. And in fact, like, one of the songs is in Hindi that we just performed yesterday. And also I'm planning to, planning like for my next releases also, I'm planning a short tour for every release.
All right, guys, we wish you the very best with your future projects. And once again, thank you so much for doing this with us. And so before you go, let's go into the last performance by you all.
So we've decided to play the latest release, Love Nobody, that I had mentioned earlier. The song, it's currently airing on VH1 Top 10 and got a lot of reach. And it, in fact, like has a really cool music video. You know, it's a dance music video in collaboration with Sri Lakshmi and Tom. And if you like watch till the end of the video, you might find some of my moves too. So it's called Love Nobody, featuring Ranj and Ramya Puduri.
Thinking about those moments, things I never showed you, pieces of the puzzle never wanted to place. You was all about you. There was just a way to point a finger at my chest. You won't admit that I'm growing up, and soon I'll be older than what you left me. Can finally see now that you can never love somebody. Growing up, and soon I'll be older than what you left me. Can finally see now that you can never love somebody. You did with me. You can never love somebody like you did.
tricks. Takes me back to a stolen kiss on borrowed time. And I've seen some messed up shit. Ancestral guilt, always feel lost at sea. No maritime, there's something wrong with me. I see the same exchange of a pay till I'm bankrupt or straight. I'd rather lose my dollar signs, it's a different hit. But I'm so much better for it, how could I forget that you can never find another love like this. Should've let us fly, but you never loosened your grip. Only needed the shoulder, never the chip. But you made me be in the middle, cleft lip, things I don't miss. Turn on your pages like I'm a paperclip. Bend me over on my feedback flip. Gave you something real, but you chose to let it slip. You ain't a kid, now I'm on my own journey, round trip.
Growing up and soon I'll be better than what you left me. Can finally see now that you can never love somebody. Growing up and soon I'll be better than what you left me. Can finally see now that you can never love somebody like you did, like you did with me. Oh, you could never love somebody, oh, like you did. You could never love somebody, somebody like you did with me. Oh, you could never love somebody, love somebody like you did. Oh, you could never love somebody.
Wow, another beautiful performance. Just love your voice. Love how the way you play music. And damn, from Tender, you just spit into bars. I was surprised. I'm like, ooh,
It's
beautiful. That's beautiful. So thank you. So guys, once again, thank you for doing this with us, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Yep.